While some would have us believe that the Holocaust never happened, and others want us to forgive and forget, survivors and their rescuers bear an unrelenting witness to events of the time, which, even after 50 years, they believe it is their obligation to share with us and our obligation to know and remember. Joseph Berzminski, a Jewish survivor, and Stefania Podgorska, his Catholic rescuer, returned to the city of Przemysl in southeast Poland in July 1990 to relive for us some of their unforgettable experiences of that time. Their story begins when Joseph, along with other members of his family, were caught by German troops in the city's ghetto and loaded onto the waiting cattle cars, preparing to bring them to the gas chambers and crematoria of the nearby Belzec death camp. Thus, Joseph Berzminski began a 2-year journey which was to take him and Stefania Podgorska to the other side of faith.
It was the date November 18, 1942. It was Wednesday evening. The date I cannot forget in all my life. It was dark, and they pushed me with my brother and cousin, the rest of my family, to the train. It was crowded with people, maybe about 100 of them, like sardines. And they pushed inside, and the people were screaming, was sitting on dirt. They couldn't control themselves, was crying, and was panic there, and smelled unbelievable. And I was looking, there was a man who liked to commit suicide, who liked to hang himself. He said, I will not go for soap, they will make soap for me. And he hanged himself. They cut him down. And he said, let me do this, don't interfere. That he pushed the people from away, and he hanged himself. I was trying to go to the window. It was similar window to this, only more narrow, like from the bottom to the bar. This was closed on the top. There is different window. And I remember there was 4 barbed wires. And I came here, and I had in my pocket pliers, flat pliers, and I tried to break the barbed wires. I worked for a while, and I broke all 4 wires. I bent them, and I tried to jump with my head forward to the window. When I was forward, I saw the running trucks, gravels, and everything, and I thought for a while, this is not right, because this will suck me inside, it will cut me in pieces. So I said, please, take me back, take me back. They pulled me back inside. I said I have to go with my leg forward. And they helped me to go with my leg forward. And I was hanging. When the train was taking a curve, I jumped forward. That's the curve there where I jumped from the train, from the window. And I was running through the tracks around there to see if somebody from my family survived. And I was going, looking, and then I find there 2 boys were laying there. One had broken the collarbone, another has face scratched. Then I was going with the 2 boys. We were going along the tracks, and then we turned back on the side. Here was the way, and we went to forest.
In the morning, Joseph and his 2 friends chose to go their own ways. Joseph remembered that in the apartment where his family had lived before being forced into the ghetto, there still remained Stefania Podgorska, a young woman who had worked in the family store and had been taken in by the family. He wanted to believe that she would help him.
Oh, it was Joe, but really wasn't Joe. That was like different man. He looks like 3.5 disasters together. He looks terrible. So he asked me to let him in. So I was 16 at that time. My sister Helena was 6. So when Joe came here, he asked he back just for one night. So how could I let him go next day that he didn't have place where to go, and he was still a little sick and conscious. So I let him stay 2 weeks. So my sister Helena, she asked, who is the Joe, and why he is here, and why he is so look terrible. So I told her, explain that Joe is my friend, and he is a Jew, and she didn't know who was the Jew because she was too young. And I explained her everything, and I took her also to the ghetto, and I showed her where Jews are and why they are sitting there and why Gestapo and German put them there to the ghetto. And I remembered that also my sister asked why Jews are there in the ghetto. That is people, because she saw that is people like she and I and others people. So I explained them that is war, and the German Gestapo are killing Jews. But for what, I didn't know. So I told Helena what my mother told us, that God is one for all people.
Leaving Joseph with Helena in her apartment, Stefania walked to the farm where Joseph's brother Henrik and his fiancée Danuta worked under German guard. She told Henrik that Joseph had escaped and wanted him and Danuta to join them in the apartment. Henrik said it was too dangerous, but Danuta rejected Henrik's caution, eluded her guards that evening, and found her way to Stefania's apartment and safety.
2 days later, came to me some strange man, and when I opened the door, he just pushed the door and he came in, and Danuta was sitting at the window, and he looked and he directly pointed on Danuta, and he said, that's the girl, the Jewish girl that she had to return to the ghetto back because her fiancé wanted her there. So we didn't have choice, but in the evening we agree all, and Joe and Danuta, that they will return, they will not make bad time for me. One day, Joseph came to me, and he suggested that maybe I will talk to the Mary who lived on the first floor. She was alone. That maybe we together both will take bigger apartment, and we will take from ghetto him and his brother and Danuta, and maybe we will help him. And next evening I called Mary, and she came here, and I told her this idea. So Mary said to me, Steffi, that may be good idea, but not for us. Do you realize what that means? That Gestapo will kill if they will find that we are helping Jews. And she reminded me what happened with Polish family not long ago, that they helping Jews, and somehow Gestapo found out, and they killed all, they hanged all family, and I saw that, and that was horrible for me. So when Mary said, and she refused, and she said that she will not risk her life, she said that, Steffi, forget it, I got amnesia already, but I didn't stop to thinking.
As if guided, Stefania's search soon brought her to Tatarska number 3.
Was primitive, was no light, was no water inside. The toilet was outside. But for this my deadly business, that was really like a dream.
Joseph's immediate need was to secure safe hiding for himself, his brother, and Danuta. All other family members had by that time been taken away. He and Stefania quickly extended safety to others who escaped and found refuge with them.
This was the place where were living 13 people. Within them I was there. There was 4 children, and there was also women and men. We cut a quarter of the attic. We make a false wall. Then nobody can recognize. There were 2 windows, still was in place. We didn't cover the windows. And then we are living here on the bottom. There was apartment, was 2 rooms and a small kitchen. Our day normally was we were sitting crowded together, lying, somebody could sit, and we talk about pastime, about future, about everything what will happen. And about liberation. And always we talk that we have to be disciplined. If something will happen, we have to be prepared to fight or to be dead.
I remember very clearly that I expected 2 Jews from ghetto, 2 fathers, because their children already were in my home. And I observed through the window that was policeman was walking, and I knew they will caught them. So I went out and I looked around, and I thought that only God can help me. Suddenly, I heard voice, a woman's voice, so quiet, so beautiful. She said to me, that will be everything all right. She said, don't worry, I am with you. Will be everything all right, go home. And when I came home, and this father still didn't come. And after a while, I observed the street that the policeman, the German and this one Polish policeman, they left. And exactly that time came one of these men, one father. And I asked, where is the second man? He said, he don't know because he lost him. After a while, there came another man, another father, and he stood on the backyard and he didn't know where to go. So his son was standing at the window, and he saw him, and he came to me and he said, Miss Podgorska, my father is there. Go, bring him here. And I quickly ran, and I brought him home. So I was expected, so maybe policemen, maybe Gestapo will come today, maybe in the hour later, maybe at night will come. But thanks God, past few days, nobody came. So I thought, God knew you are here, and you take care, and thank you, and be with me, and helped me to help people. And everything was all right, thanks God. So I am here today and pray, and thanks God again that God helped me, that I am alive, and I help these people, and these people are alive, and my sister. And I again thanks God.